turning the car from a massive storage van into a camper van. We just came back from the PWA World Cup on Sylt, so therefore it was ready to carry a lot of gear, and now it's ready to carry me inside the bed. We're in northern Germany. It's windy over here, and it's even more windy up in Denmark, and we want obviously always the most wind possible. We have a little bit of a challenge. There's a storm passing through. It's going to be quite hardcore, but most of the storm is passing through the night. So we got to maximize our time on the water, late evening session, early morning session, and yeah, I would say car is ready, you guys are ready, let's go for a ride. So 2 fueling up stops later, we can go on our way to Denmark, right?
Now we can go to Denmark.
Lars, in case you don't know Lars, videographer and editor, got himself a gas car, so he needs to put CNG into his car.
And sometimes you gotta plan your way a bit.
I have my coffee, so all good. We found out that the storm is actually arriving a little bit earlier in the south of Denmark. So the more south, the better. So therefore, we're going to a spot close to Hvide, Sande, which is where the Slalom Worlds happened recently, the Slalom World Championships. And that's where we're gonna go first. I haven't sailed that spot on the ocean side yet, only inside on the lake, the fjord, what they call it. And afterwards, we wanna make our way up north because the wind is going to stay longer there in the morning, so we're kind of driving after the wind, and I'm hoping we get some wind before it gets dark in Hvide, Sande. Looks solid, man. Looks like there are some waves and some sand flying around. Jesus Christ. Some sand, some wind, some waves. What else do you want? It's proper windy. When you see the water flying like that, you know it's windy. As usual, we got a bit of rain coming in. Can't do a proper Denmark trip without rain. And when the rain comes in, it gets even more windy. Actually, right now, it's like, this must be easy 40 knots right now, and some proper waves out there. So I think it's not a big question about the sail. So that makes it actually easy for the choice of the sail. Just whatever is the smallest you have, you know? That time of the year again, where you have to put on the thick wetsuits. I'm with a 4-5. It's a whoa. It's a neoprene rise. Not the high-end model, but I like it because it's kind of flexible, but not as flexible as a 3 or 4 millimeter. It's windy. Probably too windy for what I have here, but we like it. People must be thinking I'm a bit crazy, as usual. What a session. It got so windy now towards the end. It's easy 45 knots because it's, check this out. Sand is flying everywhere. We have to kind of stay low. I can hardly carry my gear right now, so we're waiting a bit for the gust to pass. But it's towards the end it was crazy windy, and in general just gnarly out there. The waves got a bit smaller now because the tide went lower, but in the beginning there were some proper bumps out there. So yeah, it was just really fun. Blasting, kind of searching your way through the waves, downwind, upwind, looking for a gap. Scary, but fun. I love the challenge. It would be hard to wave sail, so it's a nice challenge on the slalom board. Fucking hell! Woo! That looks like a solid day, increasing throughout the whole day. Starting somewhere down here this morning at like 1 to 2 knots, and then finishing when I was on the water, when I was just finishing, 32 to 50 knots and 11 degrees. Yeah, it felt like that, I can say. I barely got my gear back to the beach. Okay, first things first, check the forecast, have dinner, and drive up north to be ready for the morning.
As the days keep rolling on, we're living in hell again. But I still hold you in my heart when these days have been and gone.
Shout out to van tourer, making sure I don't bring any sand into the van and get all the sand out of my face. Can we just take a second to appreciate the beauty of the spot, and where we park the car right in front of the spot where we get the sunrise on that side, and enough. Time is of essence this morning, so we appreciate it enough. Well, chuck the coffee down, rig the, looks like 5.0, maybe a little bit smaller for now, but it's supposed to drop, so I'm gonna go with a 5.0 probably, and get a nice little morning session. Late night drive last night, that's why I need the coffee now. But I think we're ready and recovered. Right, Lars? Last one to leave the water yesterday. Not quite the first one on the water today, but almost. I think we made the most out of the wind. It just died, but it was a good session for a solid 1 to 2 hours, I would say. And yeah, now it's almost completely gone. And we've been working our side quest here with the mounts for the Insta360s. So testing a couple of different mounts on the back, on the boom, everywhere. That was kind of our side mission for the trip. And there will be a video on the second channel about all the different mounts that we're using and that we're trying. So if you're curious, we'll link it down below. You can find the second channel there. Can I say we made the most out of the wind. Little sleep, little rest, but full power compressed action. Look how small they are. Hello. Hey. Just enjoying the last view. Waves are still rolling in. It's still windy. Actually, the wind came back in the afternoon and held on for really, really long. And it was enough for another nice soul session. I've got my first blister since I don't know how long. So I sailed well. We made use of it. Mission accomplished. We made use of the wind. And yeah, thanks guys for coming along with us on this trip. We had some hardcore slalom action. We had some nice wave action. Although I don't get enough on the waveboard, I would like to train a bit more on the waveboard. But when I do, I really enjoy it. It's absolutely beautiful here. And I would say I see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe and see you soon.